So it is time for today's special feature. We're about halfway through the Ask a CFO show. And during every Q&A show, I invite into the conversation a topic that's not necessarily a question with an answer, but it's a topic related to something that has come up for me a lot in the week, or something that I've just been thinking about. And what's been on my mind a lot this weekend in conversations that I've been having with people are the intersection of finance and equity. And as a person who's committed that other organizations be financially healthy, and as a person who's committed to doing her part to creating equity in the world, racial equity, gender equity, other types of equity, and environmental justice, economic justice, I want to look at where these two intersect. And I'm going to share some thoughts about that, and I'm also looking for input. What topics are worthy of conversation in order to expand this conversation into groups of people that are not currently having this conversation in order to develop it, create change, move things forward? One of the two areas that have come to mind so far about where finance and equity intersect is in compensation. And I would like to start with a call to everyone watching this video that if you are committed to social justice as a whole, or any way that is expressed, and if you are in an advisory capacity, if you serve multiple clients, or if you have an employer who you are in a position to influence, what can we do as professionals? And if you're a financial professional, what can we do as financial professionals to examine the companies that we have influence with? Take a look and see, is there a correlation between degree of privilege and compensation level? No doubt the answer will be yes, because privilege is something that's institutionalized. Sexism, racism, these are things that are institutionalized. It's going to show up, but it opens up the conversation. How deeply is it showing up? And then what can we do as an organization to reduce and best case scenario, eliminate that? How can we, if we say that such and such person person A isn't earning as much as person B, not because we have gender bias in the organization, or not because they're racist, they might say, but because this person hasn't, let's say, achieved the same qualifications as person B. Okay, got that. Let's look at the broader context in which we're saying that. So A, we're making an assertion that certain things must be in place to attain a certain level of earnings. That assertion is worth examining. Just look at how many people in the country right now are re-evaluating whether a college degree is really worth it. A college degree, because not everyone has really equal access to obtaining a college degree is something that has prevented a lot of people with less privilege than the top privileged people in the United States from higher earnings. And a lot of people are taking a look at that in the first place and saying, you know what, it's really not necessary anyway. So one of the two approaches that I'm urging you to consider in any company in which you have influence is, are these criteria really valid? Or is a person capable of providing value to the organization or to those served without meeting this criteria? Is that actually an artificially contrived criterion? And the other piece is, okay, let's say it's real. Let's say that a person needs to achieve XYZ in order to do something that generates the type of value that would be commensurate with the level of income. Hey, Deborah, always great to have another accountant on the call. We're talking about the intersection of finance and equity, and at the moment that is in a conversation about compensation. So the other piece of it is, let's take a look at the context that gives rise to an individual having access to obtaining whatever milestones that your company is asking for in order to be able to deliver the level of value that's commensurate with a certain level of earnings. Are there currently any artificial barriers between that member of the team and attaining that those achievements? And what can this organization do actively to break down those artificial barriers? I believe that CPAs and CFOs are in a unique position to be able to influence the financial conversation. And if we can start by examining pay equity and examining pay equity and examining also the systems that give rise to the degree of pay equity in organizations, and address the context, I believe that we can make a change. Even if you're like me, even if you're an outsourced CFO, I believe that we can make a change as a trusted advisor, and that we can work with our clients to create a plan for workability, for financial workability, to say, let's put XYZ in the budget to even the playing field here. So we don't have artificial barriers to access to team members contributing greater value and having that equated with and acknowledged with greater compensation.